Hi, everybody. My name is Chip Taylor, and we're about to present to you a Yonker story. I'll be doing this tour with my great friend John Platania. We're like partners. We've been friends since the 70s. John is the fellow that played on Moondance, Domino, and all those things with Van Morrison, toured with him for a long, long time. So he's kind of split his duties with Van and I'm so glad he's with me. I was born and raised in Yonkers, New York, just outside of New York City. The one great thing, it was a cool town, hard-working people. Bad thing was there was bad music. And actually there was bad music across the United States back in those days. In the family, I was the one who loved music. I had a couple of brothers that did some other things. We'll talk more about them later. And anyway, my friends that liked music and I were praying that the race records from down south, that stuff that sounded so juicy, would kick in and change the way people listen to music in the States. But there was so much prejudice that the DJs kept stopping it. So my love was country music because my mom and dad let me stay up late at night and listen to the country music, and that was a blessing for me. I loved that and the race records. Nothing like that around the Yonkers at the time. What changed the face of music was a movie. And my brother John and I went to see that movie, and it was a thing called Blackboard Jungle. And in that movie they had a song called Rock Around the Clock as a theme song. Now Rock Around the Clock was already off the charts. Due to the prejudice, they stopped it at number 51. It was back off the charts. And but when they played that song in that theater, everybody, all the kids in the theater got up out of their chairs and started dancing. And I was excited. I said, oh man, this is something. I said to my brother John, I said, John, did you see that? He said, what scene were you talking about? I said, John, not a scene, the music. He said, oh yeah, that was something. So I told John about the story about Bill Haley and the prejudice and how the record was stopped. I said, I don't think they can stop it now. And as that movie started to play around the United States, it slowly became the #1 movie. And the record, Rock Around the Clock, came back on the charts again. Number 60, number 42, number 27, 13, #1. And that was the start of rock and roll. So here we go. There's my little tribute to that wonderful movie, Blackboard Jungle, that brought us that wonderful hit, Rock Around the Clock. Hey, Johnny, did you feel that movie? Did you feel that movie? Did you feel that movie, John? Did you feel that movie? Ain't nothing stopping it now. Hey, Johnny, the floor was shaking. Did you feel it shaking? It was almost breaking. And hey, John, did you feel that movie? Ain't nothing stopping it now. I said, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock rock, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock rock. We're gonna rock round the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 1, join me, hon. We're gonna have some fun. When the clock strikes 1, we're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Rock, rock, rock until broad daylight. We're gonna rock it around the clock. Rock and roll, John Platania. White, then they blast that tunnel. Black and white, then they blast that tunnel. Black and white is the Blackboard Jungle, and ain't nothing stopping it now. Hey, Johnny, the floor was shaking. Did you feel it shaking? It was almost breaking. Hey, John, did you feel that movie? Ain't nothing stopping it now. Was it 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock rock, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock rock. We're gonna rock round the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 2, 3, and 4, if the band falls down, we yell for more. Gonna rock round the clock tonight. Rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock it around the clock. Rock and roll, Johnny. Gonna rock it around the clock. All right, tell you about my brothers. My brother John is the wonderful actor, John Voight, Academy Award winner, and he's the one that was at that movie theater with me when we saw Rock Around the Clock. My other brother Barry is probably the real hero of the family. He's the guy that invented the formula that predicts when volcanoes will erupt. And our father, I was just thinking of Barry, what a humble, wonderful guy he is. And just got the award in Japan for the Medal of Honor for his work. Our dad was a golf professional, and it was not, back in those days, it was not a glamorous job. He was from a poor family, and being a golf pro back then was a servant to the members, but he was a proud man, and it was a job, and he could raise his family. That was great. The bad thing is that the time that Dad had his day off was a Monday when his boys were in school, and Dad didn't like that. It didn't sit good with Dad. So one day I was with him when he did this. He called the principal of the school, told the principal Monday was a Czechoslovakian holy day, and his boys had to get out of school early for services. Services were 2 double-featured movies in Lower Yonkers, a stop at Joe the hot dog man, his stand, and then a trip to the train station, always, where we would talk to conductors, and we'd put coins on the tracks, and Dad loved being there, and my wonderful mom, Barbara, supported Dad with every crazy thing he thought about. So here's a Monday with my mom, Barbara, my dad, Elmer, and the Voight boys. Got a reservation down at Nepperhan Station. Flatten your nickels, boys, and wave that train goodbye. It'll be on time. It's the Hudson River line. God bless America and that charcoal sky. Boys, this is Harry. He's the conductor for the Putnam Division. And he's been doing it for 18 years. And he's been your daddy's friend for 9. And Harry, this is Barry. Middle son John and little Jamie. I'm trying to teach my boys about that charcoal sky. Got a reservation down at Nepperhan Station. Flatten your nickels, boys, and wave that train goodbye. It'll be on time. It's the Hudson River line. God bless America and that charcoal sky. Johnny. Wave goodbye to Harry, boys. The caboose, she's a-rollin'. Watch him running to catch up to her. Don't he catch her every time? And when he hops on board, boys, give a wave. It's time we started going. But soon around that bend, we'll see that charcoal sky. Got a reservation down at Nepperhan Station. Flatten your nickels, boys, and wave that train goodbye. It'll be on time. It's the Hudson River line. God bless America and that charcoal sky. Well, it's a blessing for me to be in this business. I started, can you imagine, I was a country and western songwriter from Yonkers, New York. That's how I got my start. Almost didn't happen, but all of a sudden somebody recorded one of my songs. Bobby Bear had a hit with it. And then Willie Nelson recorded one. Eddie Arnold, the Brown family. I love the Brown family. And then later, Waylon Jennings had a hit with one of mine. Johnny Cash recorded one of mine. So I was in the business as a country writer. And then all of a sudden I started writing other than country, so I'll get you to one of those. Here's one I wrote. I was watching a war movie the night before I wrote this, and two lovers were on opposite sides of the fence, and they might never see each other again. They're going to have one more night together. I think that influenced me here, but this wrote itself so fast once the first line came out. It took a while for the first line to come out, but then it wrote itself really quick. And there'll be no strings to bind your hands, not if my love can't find your heart. And there's no need to take a stand. It was I who chose to start. She said, I see no need, take me home. I'm old enough to face the dawn. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Then slowly turn away. And baby, the sun's light will be dimmed, and it won't matter anyhow. If morning's echo says we've sinned, honey, it was what we needed now. And if we're victims of the night, I won't be blinded by the light. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave me, baby. Just call me angel of the morning, angel. Then slowly turn. I won't beg you to stay. Through the tears of the day, of the sweet, sweet day, baby, of the years. Oh, baby, oh, my baby, just call me angel of the morning, angel. Just touch my cheek before you leave. Well, I was, as I mentioned, I was writing country songs for the first 3 or 4 years when I got into the business. I was a staff writer at April Blackwood Music, CBS's first company. I had my own little room that I wrote my songs in. And one day I got a phone call from a fellow asking me he was a producer, songwriter. I never met him, but he had a good reputation. And he called me and asked me if, he said, I hear you're writing some good, interesting rock and roll songs. I need one by tomorrow. And can you send me something? I said, I was so flattered that he asked me. I said, well, his name was Jerry Granahan. I said, Jerry, let me try to write you something today and get it to you by tomorrow. So I started writing this thing, and I had a country demo scheduled to be recorded at 5. Instead of doing the country song, even though the one I'm about to play was not finished, I decided I'd try to finish it at the session as I sang it, like a blues song. And that's what I did. There wasn't much to it. But, and Jerry recorded it with the group. He had a nice little record, but the definitive record was by a wonderful group called the Trogs. And their lead singer, Reg, was a great guy. He passed away last year, wonderful family man, and I love his family, and good to know them. And here's a tribute to Reg Presley, and it goes like this. 2, 3, 4. Wild thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Come on, wild thing. Wild thing, I think I love you, but I wanna know for sure. So come on and hold me tight. I love you, wild thing, shake that thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Come on, wild thing. Oh, rock and roll, John Platania. Oh man, that was something, John. Wild thing, I think you move me, but I wanna know for sure. So come on and hold me tight. And move me.